Red Hat is the largest commercial open source company in the world. And what we do is we take open source and we make it consumable by enterprises. What we've really gotten into most recently is obviously OpenShift, which is our platform as a service, which you could think of it as a way to consume that entire stack within Red Hat. But you also have the choice of where those things run. We have it covered on both fronts. For those that just want to consume as a public cloud service, we have something. And for those that want to consume in the enterprise, we have an option for them as well. And then obviously we're driving innovation through the community with our upstream. Developers are becoming more empowered because tools are becoming so much easier to utilize, right? The term now is DevOps, right? It used to be you would write code as a developer and you would throw it over the wall and the operations guy would try to deploy it. Now, sometimes the developer is actually doing the deployment in the production. Having standard tools and processes, and more importantly, understanding how those applications are running once they're deployed is becoming more and more important. Because it is a DevOps tool, the developer is able to write their code and then use AppDynamics to understand how it's running before they push it into production. Well, then once it's into production, the operations guy is able to do the same thing and realize, hey, maybe there's something a little different once we're here that you didn't account for. And they're able to take that information and share it back with the developer. And so it's a continuous app lifecycle, all based on a very easy to consume, easy to deploy, consistent environment. We're not an application performance monitoring company, but we have obviously a great partner that's able to provide that service to enhance the platform and make it more desirable for the developers and the customers. Ease of use and ease of deployment is what everyone wants, right? The days of an IT shop saying it's going to take us several weeks to deploy an app are gone. A business challenge that we see a lot of, and it's where understanding your application is really important, is there's a lot of companies that are just really getting their hands around cloud, and so now once you move to even a platform as a service, it's really moving fast, but then you realize they have to move fast. However, you can't just pick up an application that was running in a traditionally deployed type of architecture and put it into a platform as a service. You need to know how it was working and how it was running. And you want to have at least the equivalent capabilities as you re-architect your app to take advantage of the things that Platform as a Service offers. And so using AppDynamics, we can monitor the existing application and understand how best it's performing, and then re-architect it to where it can take advantage of things like auto-scaling and the standard processes available as you move to OpenShift as a Platform as a Service. The application modernization or SaaSifying of an application, if you will, is a major use case that we see. And you can't just forget about your legacy app, right? Because you've got customers, it's generating revenue. You have to move that application in a very easy and consistent manner. And you can't just pick it up and do it, right? You have to keep that consistency. You have SLAs that you have to meet. You have people that are counting on this application running and being available. That's a great use case, is definitely speeding innovation, as it were, which was a big push behind Agile to begin with, but a lot of companies are having trouble getting to that point. And it's because you want to essentially enable an environment for developers and get out of their way. If they can get a consistent and trusted platform underneath where they know there's kind of the standard parts, if you will, that they can utilize, then there's a little more confidence that there's not going to be change introduced into the environment that would cause things to be off. Working with AppDynamics and OpenShift together, it makes that possible.